classes was related to introduction to project management, some basics of project management. Today we are going to start with the first process group. If you remember, we have talked about different process groups. We said for each and every project there will always be some steps that I need to follow. So we are starting the first step with something called initiation. And after initiation, we have planning. After planning, we have execution. After execution, we have controlling. Then after controlling, we are having closing. To summarize whatever five processes that we are talking about, we are referring about having an idea in terms of initiation. We are having an idea. We are trying to evaluate the available ideas is to choose one suitable idea. That's the initiation. After that, we start planning. After we set our target, we know exactly what we are going to do. We will go for the planning. We start planning for this particular idea. After we finish planning, we go for doing our plan. We have finished the plan. We start working now. Now, meanwhile, while doing the work, we are going to control. Control is going to be comparing your work with your plan. Why we are doing it? We are doing it to ensure that we are not deviating a lot from our plan. Okay? If you are changing a lot from your plan, it means that your final duration, your cost is going to be different from whatever you have planned for. Okay, and you will be forced to finish your project late, or you will be caused that you will be paying extra amount of money than the plan. Finally, closing is referring to each and every party. When we talk, for example, about construction, we have two main parties, okay? Other than the consultant, but we have two main parties involved in the construction. One is an owner, another one is a contractor. So I cannot say that the project is closed unless two things are happening. One, the owner should be satisfied. Second thing, the contractor has received his money. After these two are happening, I can say that the whole project has been closed. Even if I received my building, for example, it does not mean that the project has closed. The project will be closed as long as I was satisfied, okay, and I have given all the money to the contractor. Now, one thing to be taken into account that whenever I receive my building, for example, according to Omani law, we have 365 days of maintenance, and these maintenance to be done, or these maintenance checks and works are to be done by the contractor. Okay, so after he has finished that maintenance period, at that time you will be giving him the remaining part of the money that he should be having. Okay, are we clear with the process groups? Any question? Are we fine? Are we fine? Okay. Okay. So we are going to go to initiation. We are going to go to initiation, and as whatever we used to, we used to we used to take interactive examples, which will help us understanding, yeah, which will help us understanding the concepts or the ideas in this particular topic. So we're having an interactive example, huh? Okay. So what I'm planning here, okay, whatever I'm trying to plan here, okay, I said my interactive example for you now that I need to pick a suitable project. Okay, your task now is to pick a suitable project. Okay, so once again, 4 to 5, one leader, time is 15 minutes. You have a budget now of 200,000 money. Okay, now, and I want you to answer for me You need to specify why this project has been considered, how much net profit is expected, and then you need to specify which place in Oman you have considered for your project and why. And then you need to specify what issues you may face to start the project and how to solve it. Okay, are we clear? Now, these are the questions. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself before starting any project. Now, why this project? How much do I get? Which place? And then what issues? So when I talk about the first two, why this project? So there were a lot of ideas, and I try to summarize these ideas into one idea, which I feel is the best. Okay, which I feel is the best. And then how much is a net profit? That's going to be according to the visibility study that I'm doing. Okay, so these two are related to the visibility studies. Okay, so if you see here, we have concept, we have visibility study. So the first two are related to the visibility study. In the visibility study, you will be able to decide why I have taken this project or this idea, why I didn't take the other one. Okay, the same thing when it comes to the profit. An estimation of a profit can be done in the visibility study. When it comes to specify which place in Oman you have considered for your project, we are going to tackle it in key stakeholders. So if you remember, we talked about stakeholders. Right? Do you remember stakeholder analysis or stakeholder management? Do you remember stakeholder management? And we said that we need to study everything related to the project in order to know more stakeholders. Okay, so once again, we are going to learn more into stakeholders here. And then the last point is going to be what issues you may face to start this project and how to solve them. That's going to be related to key risks. Okay, so when it comes to any project, three steps that I need to do mainly. One, or let's say four. First, we need to brainstorm thinking about the ideas. That is the concept. After that, we need to take these ideas into the visibility study. And then out of the visibility study, you will see that one or two projects will be going with you only. Okay. After doing or finishing the visibility study, you need to evaluate the stakeholders. If a project is not having a lot of stakeholders, it means that the project is not that clear for you. If it's not that clear for you, you may be losing in that particular project. If you already know the stakeholders and you know how to get them in your side, then this project is almost guaranteed. Okay. The other thing that needs to be taken into account is key risks. If project number A is having a lot of risks, then it's better to avoid project number A going to project number B. Are we clear about these four? Are we clear? We talk about an idea, evaluating these ideas, checking the stakeholders, and then finally checking the risks. Okay. So let's learn about the concept now. Architects or architectural engineering students, they know a lot about concept. They are using it a lot in their design. Okay? So when it comes to the concept, when we talk about projects, normally projects ideas are going to be either coming from problems or opportunities. Okay. You will see that there is an opportunity for me, for example, to open an electronic shop in a place where there is no electronics shop. Okay, so that's an opportunity. Okay. Now, a problem, for example, whatever is happening in COVID-19 now, or whatever is happening in coronavirus, there was a problem, and I tried to use this problem to start my own business in such a way. For example, I was supplying masks. So a problem, my project is going to be solving that particular problem. Okay. So normally any project can be either because of a problem or because of an opportunity. Are we clear about that one? Are we fine? Are we clear? Okay. So what do we have now? What do we have? We have
مستر يقطع
yes.
معك مستر يقطع معك ما اسمه شيء.
Okay. Others, are you able to hear me properly? Or still it's lagging? Okay. Okay. So it seems Abdullah, Abdurrahman, it's with you. Anyhow, okay. Anyhow, if it's still, if still you are having an issue, try to go out and in. And if it appears from me, I'll go out and enter in once again. Okay. Anyhow, once again, we said project ideas will be coming either to solve a problem, or if I'm seeing that there is an opportunity which I can use to open my particular project. Okay. Now, when it comes to the types of, let's say, sources, there will be 6 of them. Okay, there will be 6 of them. These are the basic ones. Of course, there are others, but these are the basic categories. Now, first one is a market demand. Okay, first one is a market demand. Then we have customer request, then a business need, technological advancement, we have legal requirement, and then we have social need. So different projects will be developed because of a market need or a market demand, a customer request, business need, technological advancement, legal requirement, or social need. And we are going to learn some examples from each and every category. Okay. So for example, when we talk about a market demand, okay, you will see that, for example, uh, previously, okay, previously, uh, we didn't have what we call a Huawei or Huawei showroom. A lot of Huawei phones are sold here in Oman. Okay, but one of the things which has happened here, okay, Huawei have decided that this market is required to open a branch with them due to that they are taking a lot of phones from us. Are we clear? Are we clear about market demand? Okay, so once again, market demand, to keep it clear, market demand is normally done from the seller point of view. We have seller and we have buyer. Seller in this case is Huawei. Buyer in this case is customers. Okay. Now, Huawei have seen that a lot of Huawei phones are being sold in Oman. So rather than selling them to shops, why wouldn't I open a Huawei showroom in Oman? Are we clear? Are we fine? Okay, so this will be the decision. This will be the decision of the seller. This will be the decision of the company. Okay, when it comes to a business need, this will be the decision of the company. Second thing is a customer request. Okay, now from the name, the difference between the first one and the second one, that the person who will decide on the success of the project or the availability of the project in the first scenario, which is a business need, is a seller. Now this was requested, or this is requested by the customer. That's why it's called customer request. Okay. If customers are requesting the company or the seller to open a certain business, then we call it as a customer request. And a very good example is whatever we call it as Kickstarter. Kickstarter. Okay, let me just show you Kickstarter. So okay, so Kickstarter is a platform. Kickstarter is a platform in which projects are created, but this particular project are created based on the request of the customers. Okay, if the customers are saying this project is good and they are backing, or they are let's say helping this project to grow, then this project will occur in reality. Okay, like for example, you will see for this particular 3D machine, okay, or a vacuum former or a 3D machine, you will see here that they were asking $50,000. The customers have paid 588. They helped in creating this particular project. So this particular project came in reality because of the customer request. Now, if you see other projects, okay, see other projects. Okay. So, for example, this one. This company or this lady has tried to open her business or her project, which was a smart car organizer. Okay, so a smart car organizer where you can use it. It's a backpack which can be used in a smart car position. Okay, now you can see the goal that she has kept in order for me, or in order for her to open this project, she requires $17,687. Now, whatever she gathered till now is $15,040 only. Remaining is 9 days. If 9 days were completed and she could not get whatever she was aiming for, it means that this project is not going to be happening in reality. Why? Because customers were not requesting this particular project. Are we clear about it? Is it clear? Are we fine? Okay. So when it comes to business need, it will be the decision of the seller. Customer request is going to be decided normally by customers. Okay, after that we have a business need. Now, when we talk about business need, it means that the business has already, or the business is already available. Okay, when we talk about business need, it means that the business is existing. Okay, so business need. Now you will see a good example is like McDonald's, KFC, City Center, Vox Cinemas. You will see that previously they were they were having less number of branches. Now, due to the fact that they were successful, they were planning to expand. So when they are expanding, their expansion is happening because of the business need. Okay, so their business needs an expansion. Okay, so that's why, for example, Vox Cinema has decided to go and open in Nizwa Grand Mall, for example. Are we okay? Vox is already available in Oman market, but they feel that we need to expand our business. That's why we call it as a business need. So for a customer request, for whatever we call it as a market demand, customer request, the businesses are not available in that particular region. Okay, market demand, it will be decided by the seller. Customer request, it will be decided by the customers whether they will be backing that particular project or not. When it comes to a business need, the business is existing, but I need to expand the business. Okay, and then we have projects which are created due to the technical or technological advancement. Now you see previously we were going with the floppy disks. After that, they have seen that floppy disks are not sufficient, so they went for CDs. After that, flash drives. After that, hard disks. So each one of them are representing a different project. Why we are doing this particular project? Because there will be a technological advancement which will help the nations. Okay, and then we went for an SSD. The same thing previously, if you remember, we we used to use 3G, right? Previously, or a 2G even. You remember the network? 2G, and then 3G, and then 3.5G, and then 4G, and then 4.5G. Now, eventually, if they have stopped at 3G, we still can go and use the 3G. Okay? Eventually, if they have stopped in 3G, we still can use the 3G. But they have shifted from 3G to 4G, for example, because they see that there is a technological advancement. That's why this particular project has stopped. Are we clear? Okay. And then we have legal requirement, which is very, very rare normally, legal requirement, but I'll try to make it a bit clear for you or clearer for you. Now, a very good example, I keep on repeating this example for each and every semester, is Oman Mode. Now, if you remember, if somebody who is staying in Bosher or in Muscat, he knows what was there before Oman Mode. Anybody knows what was before Oman Mode in that place? What was before Oman Mode?
مصلخ واحد مصلخ.
Yeah. So we have Bosher slaughterhouse. Okay, the Maslah, where they are slaughtering goats and cows and whatever. Okay, so we have a slaughterhouse. Are we fine? So previously it was a slaughterhouse. Okay, a slaughterhouse. Now, when Oman Mall or when Majid Al Futtaim came and wanted to invest to build Oman Mall, he suggested that I require this particular position or this particular place because I feel I have studied this particular place and I feel that my business can grow and it's going to attract a lot of customers. Okay. Now they said for him, okay, no problem. We are going to give you, the what you call, we are going to give you that particular plot in one case, in one scenario, that you need to build for us another slaughterhouse in another place. Okay. So we were having a slaughterhouse in Bosher. Now you want that particular plot, we'll be giving it to you. So you can invest and open Oman Mall. But once again, you need to build for us another slaughterhouse. Now what has happened? Instead of having only one project, which is Oman Mall, now there are two projects. Project number one is Oman Mall, where Al Futtaim is doing to expand his business. Okay, to expand his business. So this is the business need for Al Futtaim. But another project has been created due to legal agreement between Oman government and Majid Al Futtaim. And this agreement has forced Majid Al Futtaim to go and do the Muscat municipality or Al Amrat, where Al Amrat slaughterhouse. Now, to keep it very simple, if Majid Al Futtaim, if Oman government was not forcing Majid Al Futtaim to build a slaughterhouse, would he build it? If Oman government was not forcing Majid Al Futtaim to build a slaughterhouse, would he go and build it? No, he wouldn't build it, right? He will only build his own mall, right? So once again, his main desire or his main target is to expand his business by building Oman Mall. Okay. Now, slaughterhouse project, the new slaughterhouse project, it came because of a legal agreement. Are we clear about this one? Do you require another example? Okay. Another example, or is it fine? Okay, another example. Okay. Have you seen the, what you call, have you seen the eco house in the Khalid? Okay. Now, when they had the agreement once again between the company who is building the construction, or who is doing the construction, and the college or government of Oman, in their agreement, they had two things inside. One is the construction, and another thing, there was one part where the the company is asked or is forced to go and train the students in this particular project. Okay, so one is building the construction. Second one is training the students while doing the construction. Are we fine? Are we okay? Okay. Now, would the company go and train the student if it's not necessary? Okay. So the company is forced to go and do the construction. Okay. But training the student is not important for them. It's optional. If they want to do it, they can do it. If they don't want to do it, they will not do it. Are we clear? So now there are two projects. One project is construction of the eco house. Second project is training the student. First one, I'm doing it for a business. The second one, I'm doing it because there is a legal part in the contract says that I need to do. Are we okay? Okay. Now the last one is a social need. Okay, the last one is social need. So if you see here, there are certain projects. I mean, we are not doing them for profits. We are not doing them to get certain amount of money. The government is doing them only for the sake of social need. Like for example, mosques. Are they getting anything? Are they getting anything back from the mosque? We are doing it because it's a social requirement. So mosques, parks, schools, we are not doing it to get a profit out of them, but we are doing it for the sake of a service. Are we clear? Are we clear about this point? Okay. So now you have understood in general, projects are created either because of a problem or because of an opportunity. Now, whether it's a problem or opportunity, there are different areas, or there are different categories or subcategories, which are market demand, customer request, business need. Okay. Now you can see market demand, customer request, and business need are profit oriented. Okay, are profit oriented. The whole desire is to get certain profit at the end. When we talk about technological advancement, legal requirements, social need, we are going for a service, okay? A service output. Are we clear? So market, just to summarize, market demand The business is not available in that particular region. I'm trying to bring it from outside. It will be the decision of the company to come to the region or not. Customer request, we are as customers, we are making that particular project to be successful or not, whether it will be brought or not. Okay, so that's a decision from the customer. If the business is existing and you see that I need to expand my business, we call it as a business need. Technological advancement, there are certain projects which we are doing. We can stop at the same level like 3G or 4G, but you can see each and every time that they are developing, due to that they feel that we need to keep on advancing in terms of technologies. Okay, legal requirement, there are certain projects, although that this is a rare case, but there are certain projects which are coming due to legal requirement or legal agreements. And then finally, there are social needs projects like roads, parks, schools, and whatsoever. Are we clear about this one? Are we clear about the concept? Okay. So when it comes to the concept, it will tell us how we can brainstorm and how we can find our ideas. Now we have our ideas. The next step is to go and evaluate which ideas are going to be good, which ideas are not going to be good. Okay. So the next step is going to go for a visibility study. Now for a visibility study, we are going mainly we are going to check whether is it worth it to open this particular project or not. Okay. And one very good example of the weighing scale which is available here, okay, that we are comparing between costs and we are comparing between benefits. Now, cost, is it something negative or something good? Something positive or negative? Cost. Both. Okay. Cost. Positive. Both. Positive. Okay. Positive. Okay. 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 A lot of you have replied both. Okay. Now, when I say for you the cost of the cost of iPhone 11 that you want to purchase is 500 riyals. Is it something negative or positive? Cost, is it something paid or something to be received? Cost is something to be paid or something to be received? Paid. Is it good to pay or is it good to receive? Is it good to pay or is it good to receive? To receive. It means cost is good or bad? Bad. Good. So we change our minds from both to bad. Okay, when we refer to cost, cost is normally something that you are going to pay, not something that I receive normally. Okay, it's not something that I receive. Okay, whatever I receive, we call it as a profit. We don't call it as a cost. Are we okay? Okay, so we have in one hand we have cost, and then we have on the other hand whatever we call it benefit or profit. Benefit or profit are something which is good. Cost is something which is bad. Are we clear about it? Are we fine with this point? Okay, very good. Now we have three methods. We have three methods that we might be using, okay, or you may be using. Okay. One is called or three categories actually, not three methods, three categories. One is whatever we call it cost benefit analysis. We are going to measure for this particular project. We are going to measure the costs. On the other hand, we are going to measure the benefits. If the benefits or the profits are more than the cost, it means that the project is good. If the cost is more than the benefits or the profits, it means that it's bad. Are we clear? Are we clear with the name cost benefit analysis? We are going to measure the benefits profits versus the costs. If my cost is too much while the profit that I'm getting is very small, it means that the project is not worth it. Are we okay?
No, Mr. Again, Mr.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay. Now let's say that one person has told you that there is a project. Okay, in this project that you need to pay a very huge cost, that is 20,000 Omani riyal. And the profit that you are going to receive each and every month is 10 riyals. Is it something which is good or bad? Abdurrahman,
Yes, Mr.
if somebody has asked you that there is a business and you need to pay 20,000 Omani riyal
Okay.
as cost, and he told you that you will be receiving a profit of 10 riyals per month, is it something good or bad
Good.
to receive 10 riyals and you are
Yeah.
investing 20,000 riyals?
No, it is bad.
It's bad. You need 300 years to return back your money, right?
Yeah.
True.
So you want
Is
to keep
is it
50
a
riyal.
good project or a bad project?
What, Mr.?
Is it a good project or a bad project?
Bad project.
Bad project. So what we have done here, we try to do cost versus benefit analysis. We have tried to estimate. Okay, we have tried to estimate how much is the cost and how much is the benefit. If the cost is too much to the benefit, it means that the project is bad. Are we clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have scoring models, and then we have cash flow analysis techniques. Most probably today we are going to finish only cost benefit analysis. Okay. Now I'll give you one example. Okay, I'll give you one example of cost benefit analysis. So there was a bookstore. Okay, there was a bookstore in which they were having the small printers. They were having 3 small printers. Okay, are we clear? Okay, so once again, there is a bookstore where they are doing some printing services for their customers. They have 3 small printers. Now they want to go for a new printer, for a new photocopier, a new big photocopier. But they want to decide, okay, they want to decide whether this project is going to be good or not. Are we clear? So once again, the existing project are the 3 small printers. They want to go for the new photocopier. They want to measure the benefits and costs to say whether this project is going to be good or not. Okay, so when it comes to the cost, I need to check what are the things that I'm paying for. When I'm talking about the benefits, I need to check what are the things that I'm going to get. Okay, so I just put for you some examples here. So for example, if I go for the new project, I need to go and pay for the machine with the installation, 2,000 riyals. Are we clear? You will see that there is a negative sign because we say cost is negative. It's not something which is positive. Are we clear? Is it clear that when I go for the new printer that I need to pay the value of the printer? Okay. Maintenance. Now you can see eventually the maintenance of this photocopier is going to be more expensive than the maintenance of these 3 small machines. Okay, because this particular photocopier is a bit complicated. Are we clear? Okay. Another thing to be taken into account, now this, since it's a big machine, it will require or it will consume more power. Okay? It will take more power than these three small printers, because this is a huge printer. Are we clear? Are we fine? Okay. So extra power consumption, if it's an extra power consumption, it means that will I pay extra bill or less? Do I need to pay extra for the electricity or less? Extra. If I'm paying extra, it means negative or positive? Negative. Okay. So anything that I need to pay, I'll just add it in the category of costs. Okay. Anything that I'm going to pay, I'm going to put it in the cost. Okay. Now you will see the cartridge. Okay. The cartridge for this particular, what you call, for this particular photocopier is different. The cartridge is the ink. Okay. The ink used for this printer is different from this printer. And normally the inks of these printers are very expensive. Okay, so I have tried to do an estimation. I said 100,000 papers for the cartridge plus the papers. It will cost me around 1,800. Are we okay? And these, once again, are rough numbers only to give you an example. Now you will see if we add these values. Okay, if we add these values, they will give me how much money I need to pay. Are we okay? Okay. One second. Okay. Now, what are the benefits? We are going to measure the other side, which are the benefits. What are the benefits which are there? Okay. The first one, less labors. Okay. Here, normally, it requires more than one person to operate these three. Now, this particular machine is almost automated. It does not require you to have a lot of labors. Are we okay? Are we okay? Okay. Let's say that I have assumed that I'm giving one labor, I'm giving one worker over there in this box store, I'm giving him a 300 riyals per month. Now, if I brought the new photocopier, it means that I don't require all the labors in my bookstore. Okay. So what I have decided, I decided that one labor is no longer is going to be with me. So what I have done, I saved 300. This 300, I was supposed to be giving that particular worker who was working with me. But now, because of the new machine, I don't require this person. It means I'll save 300. Are we okay? Okay. Now 300 multiplied by 12 months, it means that I have saved 3,600 Omani Riyal. If we talk about a year, if I didn't pay for that particular labor and he was not there, it means that I'm saving 3,600 Riyals. Are we fine? Okay. Now, of course, when you start printing, you will, I mean, the customers will be coming to you and then they will be paying for you, right? You will be paying the price of the paper, the price of cartridge. But once again, whenever you print for the customers are going to pay for you, right? So I estimated if I printed 100,000 papers, then I'm going to get a revenue of 4,000. I'm going to get an income of 4,000. Are we clear? Are we clear? Okay. So now what do we have? If I go for this machine, if I go for the new machine, I need to pay these values. Okay. And if I go for this machine, I'll be saving and getting these values. So now we want to measure which ones are going to be more. Is it going to be the benefits or is it going to be the cost? If the benefits are more, it means the project is good. If the costs are more, it means that the project is not good. So now you can see the amounts that I need to pay are 4,050, while the amount that I'm saving and getting is 7,600. Now, is it something which is good or something which is bad? Is it a good project or a bad project? Good project. So would you recommend the bookstore to go for the photocopier or not? Would you recommend the bookstore to go for the photocopier or not? Yes. Okay, so what we have done here, whatever we have done here, we brought an idea and we try to evaluate the idea in terms of what are the costs of implementing this idea and what are the benefits. If the benefits are more, it means it's a good project. If the costs are more, it means it's a bad project. Clear with the cost benefit analysis? You understood the concept of cost benefit analysis? Okay. To summarize, in cost benefit analysis, what we need to do first, we need to try to know what are the costs, and we need to know what are the benefits. We need to value the costs, how much are going to be the values of the costs, and we need to estimate the benefits. At last, we are going to compare between the costs and benefits. Any question regarding this point? And then we have scoring model. Revenue is income. In business, we call revenue is income. It's not benefits. Okay, I'll just give you an example so you'll understand revenue and benefits as well. Okay, now let's say that I have opened my coffee shop. Okay, I have opened my coffee shop, and I got 2,000 reals in this month. In that month, I have got 2,000 reals. So that 2,000 reals is my revenue or my income. Okay, the income for that particular month is 2,000 Omani riyal. But that does not mean it's my benefit, okay, or my profit. Okay. Now what happens? This 2,000 reals, I need to pay the rent. I need to pay for the workers. At last, there will be the remaining amount of money. That remaining amount of money, we call it as a profit. Are we clear? Okay. No. See the old printers, sell. The old printers are already existing. You already have them. Now your new project is to go for the new project or not. So you need to check the benefits of the new project. Are we okay? Okay. And then we have scoring models. Okay, we have scoring models. Now, if you see here, we have okay, we have three different projects. Okay, scoring models. We have, this is another methodology of assessing. Okay, normally cost benefit analysis. Normally cost benefit analysis is very good for projects which cannot be only evaluated by profits. Like for example, whether the government will go for a road or they will not go for a road. For a road, for example, you cannot measure profits because the government is not getting anything. The government is not getting money back. They are getting a service. Okay. So normally cost benefit analysis is very good wherever you cannot measure the exact value of profit, rather than that you are going to be having a service. Okay. Now going for the scoring models, we have three projects, three ideas I have, and I want to evaluate which one is going to be better for me or not. So we have a barber shop, a supermarket, and then a laundry. Okay. Now I have put three categories for me. I have put three categories, and then I'm going to give them a value out of, for example, 5. So profitability, which one is going to make for me more profit? Which one is having more market potential? Which one is going to have more number of customers? Okay. Now what I have done, I said profitability is more important for me. So I'll give it to be 5 out of 10. Marketing potential, it's not marketing potential. There is a possibility for you to play in the market. 3, number of customers to be 2. It's important, but if the customers are less, but they are paying for me a lot of money, then it's good as well. Okay. Now what I try to do, I try to see out of 5 how much the barber shop will get, the supermarket will get, laundry will get, out of the marketing potential, how much each one of them will get, and then we'll try to get the project which has more scoring. So I said, in terms of profitability, barber shop and laundry are going to have 5 out of 5. Now you can see in the barber shop and laundry, they don't require a lot of a lot of items. Whatever they are using items to be reused once again. For the supermarket, he needs to bring materials or he needs to bring groceries inside the shop. Otherwise, he cannot sell. Are we clear? So when we talk about the profit for a barber shop laundry in general is going to be more than the supermarket. Are we clear? But once again, that is depending on a lot of things as well. Okay. So this score is going to be approximated, or it's going to be estimated from you, or it's estimated from a person that you are referring to. Okay. Marketing potential. I have seen that for a barber shop, there are no much that I can do marketing for. So it's going to be 1 out of 3. Same for the laundry, 1 out of 3. Supermarket is 3 out of 3. You can see when I put what you can see in the social media and the other things, you will see less presence of barber shops and laundry in terms of marketing. Super having more potential for marketing. Are we clear? Are we fine? Okay. And then number of customers. Now you will see. Okay. Now you will see. Eventually, actually, this should be out of 2. Yeah, this should be out of 2. let's just modify it. Okay. And then for a number of customers, what they have seen, I said barber shops, laundry are going to have less customers compared to the people who are going to come to the who are going to come to the supermarket. So I gave them one for and barber shop, and then I have given the supermarket to be two. After that, I need to go and multiply the value by the number here. Okay, so we have 5 into 5, 25, 3 into 5, 15, 5 into 5, 25. Okay, so I just multiply how much is the scoring into how much important is it to me. Okay, or you can add them directly, they'll give you the same. Actually, they give you the same value. If you go and do not multiply like 5 plus 1 plus 1, you can get the same values. Anyhow, so 1 multiplied by 3 is 3, 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, and it goes on. Eventually, I'm going to add these red values. Okay, I'm going to add these red values to check how much is the final scoring that they have got. So here, 25, 3, 2, they have got 30. 15, 9, 4, the supermarket got 28. Laundry, 25, 3, 2, and the laundry got 30. Okay. Now, if you can see here, the project, the good project, is going to be the project which has the best or which has the highest value. Now, in our scenario, which are the projects which are having the highest value? In our scenario, which projects are having the highest scenario? It is the laundry and the barber shop, right? Okay. So for me, I'll go for these two. Okay, I'll go for these two. And eventually you can understand that normally for a barber shop, laundry, the expenses that I need to pay in order to open these particular businesses are not that much compared to a supermarket. When I go and open a supermarket, normally I need to pay a lot of money. Okay. So this is whatever we call it as a scoring models. We try to identify what you call categories, and each category is going to be marked in terms of their importance, like for profitability to be 5, marketing potential to be 3, number of customers to be 2, and it goes on. Eventually, we are going to add the total values to get their, to get their importance. It's not necessary. It's not necessary here that these values, the 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 1, they are not necessarily going to be out of 5. Sometimes they are going to be out of 10. Okay. So another method that all of the values here, the blue ones, the brown ones, the black ones are going to be out of 10. And then the value out of 10 is not going to be multiplied by the importance. For me, it's more important that I'm going to be getting a profit more than having a marketing potential. Is it clear? Each category is having its own importance. Now, in this scenario, in this scenario, whether you multiplied or you didn't multiply, there will not be major effect. Okay, there will not be a major effect. Why? Because I kept the values here to be the same of the value here. Are we clear? Okay. Going for the last technique or last method, which are cash flow or cash flow techniques. Cash flow is how much cash you are getting. Okay, cash flow is how much cash that you are getting. Now for cash flow, we have 4 methods. I think we are going to take only one today, and then the remaining is going to be on the next class. Okay. So the first one is a payback period. What do you mean by saying payback period? What's the meaning of payback? Payback, what do you think it refers to? Payback. Payback period. Okay. When I say paid means I paid. Okay, when I say paid means I paid. When I say payback means I'm returning back my money. Okay, I'm returning back my money. When I say payback period, it's a period which I require to return back the investment that I have done. Refund. Refund can be used, but refund is not necessarily going to be as returning the full amount of money. Okay? Refund can be partial as well. Okay. So once again, this amount of money, and it requires me this much of time to return back my investment. Are we clear? Are we fine? Okay, we'll have examples. We'll have examples, and then it will be a little bit clearer. Okay, let's say that there are 2 projects. Okay, two projects. One is residential housing, for example. So we have residential housing where it's for students, and let's say employees. And then we have the second scenario. Instead of going for residential, it's going to be a residential commercial building. Okay, we have 2 scenarios: residential, commercial. Okay. Now, the price for both of them, the price of the residential is 970,000. You found that the price is 970,000 Oman Riyal. And for the for the commercial, for the residential commercial, it was found to be 1,300,000. Now, is it possible for you now to say which one is good? Out of these details that you have now, is it possible for you to say which one is good, which one is bad? It's not possible, right? Why it's not possible? Because I don't know exactly how much money I'm going to get from the residential and how much money will I get from the commercial. Are we clear? We don't have sufficient information. Now, another information that they have given you, I say it for you. There is a monthly return in terms of a rent. So you are going to receive a rent. How much the rent you are going to receive? Okay, how much the rent you are going to receive. For the first one, you have seen that you are receiving 17,000 Omani Riyal per month. For the second scenario, you have seen or you have estimated that you are going to get 22,000 Omani Riyal. So we have 17,000 and we have 22,000 for the second project. Okay. Now, are you going to be able to decide which one is good or not? Okay. Now for case number one, how much money did I invest? How much money did I invest? If you see, I have invested 970,000 Omani Riyal. How much do I get in each and every month? I get 17,000. So it requires me how much time to return back my 970,000? It requires you 57 months, or let's say 58 months. We don't have something called 0.05 month because you are receiving the rent at the end of the month. So the correct answer is not 57, it's 58. Okay. So the first one, I'm going to return back my 970,000 Omani Riyal after 58 months. Okay. The second one, 1,300,000. I'm getting a rent of 22,000 per month. I'm going to get my money back after 16 months. Now, which one is better? Getting your money back before or getting your money back after? Before. Why is it before? Why getting your money before is going to be better for you? Okay. Why would you go for the first one and why would you go for the second one? Okay. Okay. Ahmed, why would you go for the second one? Why would you go for the second one?
Okay, Mr. Can I speak?
Yes.
Because the difference is only 2 months, and the profit for the second building is more than by 5,000. So I will go with it.
So your argument saying that the difference is 2 months, and then
Yeah.
there is like 5,000 only difference between them.
Yeah. So I will
Right.
go with it. Not that huge difference between the first and the second one. You
Okay.
cannot say more than 10 months, 20 months. It's only 2 months. So I will be more patient to take more profit.
Oh. Now my argument for you. Now I'm going with the first one. I'm not going with the second one. And my argument for you. Now after I return back my money, instead of having this building only, I'm going to invest that 970,000 into another building. So now, instead of having one building, I'll be having two buildings. Which scenario will be better?
When you say it like that, I will go to the first one.
Yeah. Okay. So always when you think about the business mind, you need to think about all the scenarios. Okay. So when we talk about payback, you know, when it comes to a business, when you reach to a businessman level, inshallah, so the first thing you will be asking whenever you will invest your money, you will be asking that in how much time will I get my money back? Because your intention actually is not to get instant profit. Your main intention is that when I'm going to get my money back so I can invest it somewhere else. So instead of getting one profit, I'm going to get two profits. Are we clear? Is it clear now why number one is better? Okay, good. And keep being interactive so you'll understand. If you kept memorizing, you didn't ask, you will not understand anything. Okay. Anyhow, that is the end of today's session. Okay, that's the end of today's session. You have a pop-up quiz, as always. Okay, you have a pop-up quiz which is there in the e-learning. The pop-up quiz is going to start 11:20. Okay, it's going to start 11:20, and then it's going to finish at 11:30. Once again, 10 minutes for you. You can open it at any 10 minutes, but whenever you open your question, you'll be having 5 minutes to answer. Are we okay? Okay, and to keep it simple for you, okay, I'm going to allow you to start from now. Okay, now it's open. Now it's open. Somebody already attempted. You can go and answer your question. Okay. Mr. What about the book? What we have to study? PowerPoint, which you have uploaded in the e-learning, or this one. Whatever I have uploaded for you in the what you call in the I don't believe that there is something. Okay. Everything is hidden in the you cannot see anything, I believe. Do you see anything in your project management e-learning? I don't think there is anything. Okay. And I have clearly said it. You go and return back. I have clearly said it here. The course material can be found here in Breezy. This is the only handout, and all questions and discussion will be found here. Okay. Those who are having a problem in terms of accessing the Breezy always, I have already give you the link where you can download the Breezy file. Okay. Are we okay, Aaron? Everything is going to be from Breezy. Yes. Any question for the day? Asma, regarding what? Again, regarding what? Regarding the course material or what? Yeah, I have said the same thing. Course material for this particular course, everything you need to study is from the Breezy file that I'm presenting from. And I have already given you, if you see here, I have already given you, or I have already said for you here, that the course materials can be found in Breezy. Okay, so this particular Breezy link, whatever presentation that I'm presenting from, is going to be your course material. This is the only handout. You shouldn't use anything from the previous semesters because it's totally different. Okay. Now, for those who are planning to download it, I already put for you a link where you can download it from. Okay. Which is this one. You can download the Breezy from here, or you can go to your files, and in your files you can see the course materials, and inside course materials you can find your Breezy file, which is project management. Okay, this is your Breezy. Okay. You can go and download it if you want. You can go and download it from here as well. Are we clear? Are we clear, Asma? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, and see you all in the upcoming lectures.